Hello everyone, my name is Nisha Dhoni. Today, me and my teammate are going to present a case about campus fund source. Before jumping into the case, let's learn a little bit about fundraising. So what is this fundraising and how is this carried out and what are the importance of fundraising? Well, fundraising is about raising money or gathering financial contribution by engaging individuals, businesses and some government agencies. Its importance not only just about raising money but also to promote ideas, goals and charity. In this case, we all going to learn about fundraising. How these three guys came together with their idea of their business of raising fund for the campuses in Philadelphia and how they're going to change their business idea into the business model. So who are these three guys? Starting with Dan Levin, he worked for a short time at Drexel University. After that, he started working at Fame Entertainment, where his job was booking entertainment for college events. Moving on to Rob Falcone, he was doing MBA at Drexel University after completing his undergraduate degree in electrical engineering. Levin met Falcone when he was the leader at DECPAC, that is a basketball fan club. Moving on to our Vice President, Tony Colantonio, he also worked with Levin and Falcone at a concert, Rock Your Cause. He had worked with an organization named Comcast Corporation as manager. He also volunteered in several philanthropic organizations. So these three guys are the founders of Campus Fund Source. Handing over to my friend Norvin, where he going to tell you all about their idea of Campus Fund Source.
Hello everyone. Now you all must be aware of the Campus Fund Source and its crew members, as my colleague Nisha has given a clear overview to you all about it. Now I am here to speak about the business concept of Campus Fund Source. Campus Fund Source was started by Levin and Falcone in 2009 as a purely mission-based idea. Till that time they did not have a proper business model, but the main motive was to bridge the gap between the students and the brands. But after a few years, after realizing that this idea can be developed into a proper business model, it took about 6 months to develop this idea into a proper business model. Further, they started helping students to raise funds for different types of student activities. As the students directly did not get support from any brands, they tried to act as the middlemen. Companies did not directly sponsor students, so Campus Fund Source tried different ideas so that they could help students to raise funds. Campus Fund Source tried to organize activities such as quizzes and games which were dependent on the brand. So this would also help the brand to promote their product as well as students to participate and raise funds. The more students participate, the more funds was raised to this. As we can see, this is a survey report. This survey report was conducted by Drexel University in the year 2009. This report states the amount of fee that was generated to student activities. As we can see, 44% of the universities collected $500,000 to $1 million, whereas 11% of the universities collected $1 million to $1.5 million, and $1.5 million to $2 million were obtained to 33% of the universities. As you can see, for the 80% of this amount was used for student activities, whereas 20% of this amount was used for administrative expenses. Here is the one example of student group activities. As we can see, by this student group activity, the fund raised was $200, but as Campus Fund Source was in it, it took 10% of its commission. So 200.
Hello guys. So as my colleague Norvin has already told you about the business concept of Campus Fund Source, I will be telling you in depth about the Dreamit venture, which helped Campus Fund Source to get up and run its businesses. So Dreamit Ventures was founded by 3 members in Philadelphia, and they wanted the young people of Philadelphia to start their own business and stay in Philadelphia. So they provided with a program for 3 months in the summer, which helped the business to grow and run on its own. They provided with office spaces, legal advices, accounting advices, PR advices, and a total of $50,000 cash amount, which and in exchange they took a 6% stake in the Dreamit venture, invested their own money into the company, and also asked the accounting and legal companies to give free advices for the startups. And because of this, by 2011 they expanded the operations into New York and also started 2 new businesses known as Dreamit health and Dreamit education. So as the business of Dreamit started increasing, they started receiving a lot of application for the program. In 2010, they received a total of 500 applications, out of which they only selected 10 applications. So Campus Fund Source was one of the applicants in 2010. The selection process was quite simple for the applicants. Dreamit Venture hold 2 interviews. In the first interview, they asked the business owners about the business concept, about their qualification, about how they were gonna run the business. So, and in the second interview, they asked the business owner. So, in the second interview, the Dreamit Venture asked the business owner if they had any questions for Dreamit Venture members about the models. So, so the Campus Fund Source got selected in the batch of 2010 of Dreamit Ventures. So they also got the first paying customer in the second month of the program. They also got a chance to validate the business concept, business model. They also got invaluable advices about legal, accounting, about the PR, how they should promote the business, how they should run the business smoothly. So they also launched Alpha as the first model. So in that model, they also received a lot of participation from students, and they got an idea about how they should promote the idea to students, and also so they launched the first product as Alpha. So in the Alpha launch, they got a lot of participation from the students. They also got an idea how they should promote the product to students, and how they will help students to raise their funds.
Okay, let's talk about how will they go forward in the race with an example given below. Earlier, our parents grew up watching only few TV channels. That is, they had access to a handful news outlets. But in the current generation, it's not the same. We are being exposed to numerous and new variety that is being created for us, and also a multicultural is being observed. Now, the next question is that how will they prove their worth between these two generations, and how will they reach out to the market to raise funds? But the question still remains the same. Whom should they approach first, students or brands? Now the Campus Fund Source was penetrating two markets at once. So they were confused that whom should they approach first. So our group came up with an idea that they should approach a brand first. So approaching a brand first can lead to a lot of steps that requires planning, strategy and implementations. So you need to write down up that whatever the students' requirements are. For example, they need funds for sport, so you should be prepared, and you should also list down what brands are associated with these such kind of services and student organizations, so that they can directly reach to the market when the students needs funds, so that it can be easily and they can have a clear idea, and they can also reach out as soon as possible. Now, in conclusion, we should determine our audience first. We should provide services who are in need, and we should differentiate who needs our services and who doesn't. The next is that we should use our various social media platforms to check out the differences, and to also connect with the brands, more and more brands and more students who needs funding, and as well as who needs participation in an organization of funds. Now the last thing brings up with that you should bring your organization so much closer, so that they can reach towards a goal. That's it for the case study. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you liked and understood the case study. Thank you so much for your time, and we will be waiting for your feedbacks. Have a good day. Thank you so much.